December 21st, Sunday morning. I wake up suddenly again. As soon as I open my eyes, I can hear my mom's voice echoing in my head. Last night on the phone she said, "Scarlet Star?" No, I've never heard your father say that. Still half asleep, I get out of bed, wash my face and throw on some clothes. I decide to take a stroll to a small park I know 2 blocks from here. The chill air that breezes past me as I sit on the cold bench is kind of refreshing. It definitely helps me to wake me up a little more. Item: locate the Scarlet Star, which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. No matter how hard I try, I just can't get that mysterious order sheet out of my head. I think it's about time I checked out the 4th floor. Mr. Hyde, hold it right there. Huh? Betty? Are you ignoring me, Mr. Hyde? I was walking behind you for ages. I tried calling out to you several times, but you wouldn't even turn around. Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. Looks like you're not as alert as you used to be, Kyle. Maybe there was some truth in what Rex said after all. So, have you found a new place to live yet? Haven't even started looking. You're taking it very easy for someone who'll be out in the streets shortly. How about you? When you plan on moving out? I'm all set to go on Friday. I'll be here for Christmas though. After all, I wouldn't want to miss Santa now, would I? If I moved away before that, how would he know where to deliver all my presents? Are you kidding me? And he's such a nice guy. He said he'd be my Santa this year. He what? I know, isn't it great? He even said he'd get me the Bella Regina handbag I've been dreaming about. Bella Regina? It's a person or something? Come on, Mr. Hyde, everyone knows Bella Regina. It's a brand that's taking the world by storm. Clothes, handbag, that brand has everything a girl could want. The prices are a bit high, but it's also gorgeous. And you seriously think Tony's gonna come through and get this for you? Sure, he keeps saying how he's going to be getting some serious cash any day now. Serious cash? Him? After seeing a movie last night, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. Thought it would be rude not to accept his offer to get me something. I hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Betty. He sets his sights on you. You shouldn't lead him on if you don't care about him. You don't have to worry about me, Mr. Hyde. Tony knows all too well he's not my type. She's a playful one, isn't she? Oh, did you hear the news about the jewelry robbery that happened nearby? Yeah, I heard. It happened at the jewel is very near where I work. I couldn't believe it when I heard. That reminds me, I wonder who that woman in the hat was. Maybe she was paying a visit to one of the tenants here. Hey Betty, did you see a woman wearing a hat hanging around on Thursday night? She might have been visiting someone living here. A woman wearing a hat? Can't say I did, sorry. Never mind then. Okay, see you later, Mr. Hyde. Betty says goodbye and makes her way up the stairs. Let's go grab some breakfast, I guess. If we can do that. Is there something I can help you with, Mr. Hyde? No, not really. Or I guess we're not gonna go get breakfast then. Fine, Kyle, fine. I guess he really wants to check out their 4th floor. Huh? Greetings, Mr. Hyde. Good morning, Mrs. Patrice. Have you been out? Yeah, I just went for a short stroll. Really? Is that so? I'm glad I caught you. I wanted to thank you again for settling your rent. It may not have been as prompt as desired, but at least I got the money in full. If only some of the others could follow your example and do the same. Miss Rivetta in 206, for example. She called to ask if I could wait a little longer. And Mr. Wolf, well, he's performing his usual disappearing act. I mean, this is the busiest I've ever been since coming here. Having unreliable tenants is a burden I'd rather not have to bear. Yeah, I imagine it's a pain. It certainly is, Mr. Hyde. Oh, by the way, there's something I have to mention. What is it? Before we vacate the building, we'll be cutting the power to rooms that aren't in use. The 4th floor is scheduled first. We'll have no power as of the 25th. Power to the hallway will be off too, and I'd like you to refrain from going there. Mrs. Patrice, can I ask you something? That depends. What is it about? Would it be possible to see the rooms up there before the power is cut off? And why would you want to do that, Mr. Hyde? Do you have a valid reason? Not really, just wanted to satisfy my curiosity. There really is nothing of interest up there. It was never renovated like the other floors, so it's just as it used to be, you fucking shit. I imagine that by now, the rooms are literally covered in dust as well. Surely there's no reason why you need to go and see those rooms. Actually, I've been wanting to take a look around up there since moving in. When I heard we'd all be moving out, I just thought this would be my last chance. I know it must sound strange, but I'd really like to see a good look around. Would you make an exception just this once? I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. That area is off limits for a reason. It's in a state of disrepair, and if an accident were to befall you, I'd be responsible. Don't cause any unnecessary trouble for me. I have enough to deal with as it is. Yes, of course you do. In fact, I'd be grateful if you could avoid mentioning this again. The 4th floor is strictly off limits to tenants. That's one of the reasons the fire door was installed. Actually, I've been told rather specifically to leave that door untouched. The new owners were quite clear about their wishes. Personally, I find it ridiculous. Why would you want to see those rooms at all? Okay, point taken. Just keeping them off limits makes more effort than you may think. It would have been far more practical to have converted them along with the rest. Ooh, the plot thickens, eh? What kind of person is the new owner? Without divulging any particulars, let me tell you this. They weren't only interested in the building, but in the land as well. Can you tell me who bought it? For obvious reasons, I can't reveal the person's name, but why are you so keen to know about them, Mr. Hyde? I've been thinking about the whole thing. Why is it so important to you? The new owner asked you to leave the 4th floor as it is, but if they're only going to tear the place down anyway, well, something didn't feel right about that, so I was curious. I see. It may be strange, but it's entirely up to them what they do with their property. Sure, but healthy curiosity and doubt and whatever. Anyway, why was the 4th floor not converted? I simply couldn't afford it. After my husband passed away, I was left to fend for myself. I'd use all the money that had been left to me to buy this place. There simply wasn't enough to convert each and every room. The truth be known, times were very tough here at the beginning. I apologize for taking so much of your time with our chat, Mr. Hyde. I'll be on my way now. Max turns to our room. So the 4th floor is just as it was 13 years ago. Mr. Hyde? Uh-huh. Oh, it's you. Can I ask you something? You better not be wasting my time. You want to see what's up on the 4th floor, right? I can show you. But you've got to promise me you won't breathe a word of it to Mrs. Patrice. Were you eavesdropping just now? I wasn't eavesdropping, I just happened to overhear your conversation. Anyway, if you really want to take a look around up on the 4th floor, I can open the fire door for you and let you in. On one condition, though. What's the catch?
I want to hear about that guy.
Could you be a little more specific?
Rex Foster, I want you to tell me about him.
And I thought I was the curious type. I'm not an information service, you know. Why do you want me to know about him?
Why? Because I'm curious, that's all. He's been snooping around here for 2 or 3 days now. He even asked me for some information about second floor incident. Second floor incident.
Dylan. I thought I warned you to steer clear of him. He's bad news.
But Mr. Hyde, if he's such bad news, why did you speak with him in the lobby last night?
How did he? So you were listening in then too, were you?
No, I was just in the right place at the right time. I was coming down the stairs and heard voices in the lobby. I managed to discover that he's an insurance investigator.
What if I did?
She also figured out that he's been targeting a woman living here.
Maybe.
You don't have to cover it up, I know what's going on. It's Marie from 206, that's who he's after. I'm right, aren't I? You can tell me.
Look. Suppose you overheard that too?
Yeah, kind of.
You think this is some kind of game?
I thought so. Looks like it was right on the money this time.
Stop jumping to conclusions.
Take it easy, there's no need to get worked up or anything.
Getting a little tired of your bold, Alan. Speaking to you is just a waste of my time and energy.
It's a little strong, Mr. Hyde.
I'm out of here.
Why? Why, Kyle? What the fuck is wrong with you? He fucking offered you a free ticket to the 4th floor. What is wrong with you?
Kyle is antisocial.
Hang on, what was up with Dylan just now?
So that guy's he's been after, so that guy's on and off to Mary from room 206. I'm right, aren't I? You can tell me.
Why is Dylan so interested in Marie? You got a moment? Why are you so interested in Marie anyway?
Well, I wanted to make sure. You know, check if my assumptions were correct.
And what exactly are your assumptions?
For one, that Marie isn't the person everyone thinks she is. There's something you should know, Mr. Hyde. I knew Marie before she moved in here. That's why I'm curious about her activities.
How did you know her before moving in here?
It's like this. When her husband was still alive, I did some repair work on the water pipes in the house they used to live in. Seems he doesn't remember me at all. She doesn't remember me at all, though. My suspicions were raised even way back then. I had a strange feeling about her.
What do you mean?
You see, she and her husband had a really bad relationship. When I was fixing the pipes, they were quarreling almost all the time. Then 6 months later, her husband winds up dead. That's about the time the insurance company began looking into her. I'm almost afraid to say it, but I think that Marie may have had her husband murdered to claim the insurance money.
So that's what you've been thinking about?
Yeah.
You seem to be the kind of guy who likes to unravel mysteries.
Do I?
That explains why you were excited when you discovered I was a detective. And when you got wind of Mary's husband dying, you jumped to the conclusion that she must have murdered him in order to claim the insurance money.
It's true, I love this kind of thing. You have to admit it's fun to uncover a secret about somebody. If you come with me, Mr. Hyde, I'll let you take a look around the 4th floor. If you're serious about wanting to check out those rooms, meet me up there at 4 this afternoon. Okay, I've got things to do.
That guy has some serious problems, but I don't want to miss this
too
chance.
much Columbo.
Gotta get myself up to the 4th floor by 4. It's my pager again. I better get back to my room.
I think I asked this before, but how did pagers even work back in the day? Did they have like a special kind of cell phone like network to contact them or something?
Time to call Rachel. Line on my answer phone is lit. I hear a man's voice on the tape. I don't recognize him. If you wish to accept my order, then respond in kind. Who is this guy? Put a penny in the envelope.
They have special radio frequency and protocol to them. Look
Okay.
up POCSAG.
Well, I can't right now. I'm streaming.
And leave it in the mailbox for room 404. When I receive your response, I'll send further information about the item and the client.
So, now I'm supposed to reply to the order sheet? Who sent the damn thing anyway? I've really gotta figure that out. There goes my pager again. I get the message, Rachel. I'll give you a call.
Red Crown, how may I help you? May I help you?
Rachel, it's me. Something up?
Got some additional info on Rex Foster that I thought you'd like to hear. I also uncovered something about Hotel Cape West.
Good work. What's the dirt on Rex?
I made some calls and it seems his reputation precedes him. He's definitely freelance. Plus, I found out he's contracted on a commission basis.
Commission basis?
Yes, seems he makes all his money doing this kind of work. The rumors about him getting brought in to investigate insurance claims and the insurers ending up not having to issue payouts to policyholders are also true.
Guess the insurance companies must love this guy then. From their point of view, he represents a very valuable commodity. Paying him for his services costs them far less than selling the policy payouts.
That makes sense. Hey Kyle, is Rex after someone in the building?
Seems to be.
You know anything about them?
It's a woman on the same floor as me going by the name Marie Rivet.
Marie? So it's a woman he's after.
Yeah, 30-something widow who moved here about half a year ago.
So are you close to her?
Not really. I've hardly ever even spoken to her until now. I did have a chat with her about Rex Foster though. Him hanging around all the time has really put her on the edge.
Seems strange you're having these kinds of discussions with people you hardly know.
Trust me, I never planned on getting involved. It just kinda happened.
Guess you know what you're doing. Can't say I trust her though.
Smooth Rachel.
Right. Okay, tell me what you dug up about Hotel Cape West.
Hotel Cape West was constructed in 1950 and eventually closed down 13 years ago in 1967. The owner of the hotel at the time was a guy called Michael McGrath. Then, on the final day before the hotel closed down, a party was held by the owner. It was during this party that something terrible happened. Somebody was murdered.
What do you know about the murder?
The victim was Kathy McGrath, the owner's wife. Her body was discovered in a room on the 4th floor. Seems the cause of death was put down to cyanide poisoning. The person who discovered the body was a man named Peter Rivet, a hotel employee.
Peter Rivet? That's the same surname as Marie.
Perhaps the most interesting part of all this is the case was never solved. And the murderer never caught. That's all I have on it for now.
Did you find any dirt on what happened? Did you find any dirt on anything that happened 25 years ago?
25 years ago?
Yeah, that mysterious order sheet I received read, item, locate the Scarlet Star, which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago.
No, I didn't find anything on that. I'll start searching. I'll let you know as soon as something pops up.
I'll be waiting.
Alright. So, currently my assumption
is that like Marie's husband was involved in a scheme to murder the previous hotel owner's wife, and that's what led to them eventually breaking up or something, and she's currently just a red herring or something. And I skipped the text message. The person who discovered the body was an employee of the hotel. Sounds too convenient, but could it have been Marie's late husband? Something Donald said has got me thinking too. Maybe Marie is hiding something. If she is, I need to know exactly what it is.
What was her room name? 206. What is it, Mr. Hyde?
I think I know something about the bucking device we discussed. Probably a good idea if we talked about it.
Of course, please come in.
Marie, I found out that the device you spotted is part of Rex's handiwork.
Just as I suspected.
To make matters worse, this wasn't the only one he plotted. There was another device in Lucky's cafe near the seat you usually sit at.
Oh my. Why would he do something like that? What possible reason could he have?
Marie, I need you to be absolutely honest with me. If you can't think of a reason why he'd be after you, you have to let me know.
Just what are you implying, Mr. Hyde? That I'm some sort of liar?
I just need to be sure. Do you have any idea? Can you think why he'd target you like this?
I don't know why you insist on asking me the same thing over and over. I have no idea.
I'm asking because I want you to tell me the truth.
Mr. Hyde?
Someone told me that you and your late husband weren't on the best terms.
Who?
I think you're hiding something, Maria, and I think it's time you came clean. Had an interesting chat with Rex last night.
You were talking with him?
Yeah. I tried to get him to stop pestering you and leave.
Did you succeed?
Not quite, but he told me some really interesting bits of information. Actually, he warned me about getting tied up in your business.
What on earth did he mean by that?
He seems to be convinced that you're perpetrating some kind of insurance fraud.
Fraud?
So tell me, did you know that he works as an insurance claims investigator?
Mr. Hyde, I...
And if you did know, why the hell didn't you mention it earlier? Would have saved a lot of time and trouble. Marie, is there any truth in what Rex told me? Well, is there? Marie? Look me in the eyes. Damn it, look me in the eyes when I'm speaking to you.
Mr. Hyde, please, tell me what that awful man said to you.
Let me be clear, I don't trust the guy and sure as hell don't believe his story entirely. But I need to get a better idea of the facts from your perspective. I need to know more about when you and your husband and brother died.
Mr. Hyde, please, I'm not trying to commit fraud.
Rex told me all about you, Marie. He told me how, 13 years ago, after your brother died in the accident, you became the sole beneficiary of the insurance policy payout. Seems the insurance company started getting suspicious from that point.
That's a total lie.
I don't think you're telling me the truth.
Why won't you believe me?
If you tell me the whole story, maybe I will. I'll ask you again.
Mr. Hyde.
Rex told me all about you, Marie. He told me how 13 years ago, you came over.
sees the insurance showing and this is a total lie. Is Rex making this all up? Of course he is. Do you mean to say that you take his version of events over mine, Mr. Hyde? He's employed by those companies purely to discredit claims and avoid payments. I can just imagine all the horrible things he's saying about me. I'm not like that. I was already dragged through all this 13 years ago.
Are you trying to commit insurance fraud?
Why would I even consider doing that? Is that the kind of person you think I am?
Marie... Well, no, but if you don't start giving me absolute facts, what choice will I be left with?
Naturally, I want you to believe me, Mr. Hyde, and I'd like to tell you everything, but part of it is very difficult for me.
This already happened 13 years ago.
13 years ago, my brother, Mike Porter, died in a car accident. The brakes in his car failed and he plunged off a cliff.
Wait, hold on, that sounds familiar.
After he died, I was truly alone. He was the closest person I had to a parent. The only other person who took care of me like he did was Peter. On the morning of Mike's funeral, Peter gave me an envelope he got from Mike. Inside I found details of an insurance premium Mike had taken out prior to his death. I was the sole beneficiary of this, but it was a small comfort for losing my brother. Peter told me that Mike wanted nothing more than for me to be happy and secure, and had made provisions that would enable me to live alone without having to worry. The ring you kindly found for me was a present from my beloved Mike.
I see.
The company that helped Mike's policy began to pay out the premium, but before long they stopped making the payments. Despite the police investigation concluding that his death was accidental, the insurance company believed otherwise and began their own investigation. Mr. Hyde, can you imagine the hardships I had to endure to claim Mike's money? To claim what was rightfully mine?
Did they send someone to keep tabs on you then too?
Yes, they did. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any proof that the car crash was anything other than an accident. Eventually, I received the entire payment. Of course, there were still plenty of people who doubted me, but I just had to endure it. During that trying time, it was only Mike's friends,
the premium to
Peter.
be given to her right before he died. Sounds suspicious.
Who stood by me, and after the insurance had been paid out in full, Peter and I got married.
So that's how it happened.
I want nothing more than to forget that terrible time. But even when I feel I've finally put it all behind me, this happens. I can assure you, Mr. Hyde, fraud is something I would never, ever consider. You have to believe me. Don't listen to that rat, Rex Foster.
Marie. You have to make me believe. It just doesn't add up. How could two people close to you die in near identical ways? Moreover, they both left you substantial sums of money.
But that's how it happened. They were both victims of similar accidents, and both cared for me enough to take out insurance policies that would ensure my security. They loved me and didn't want me to suffer even after they had gone. Just like my brother Peter also took out this policy without telling me. I honestly had no idea that I would receive a further payment after Peter died.
Further payment? What could be so difficult for you?
If I tell you, will you hear me out?
I wouldn't ask if I had no intention of listening. If there's something you've been holding back, now's the right time to let me know.
There is something.
As I suspected, time to talk.
Yes, you're right. Half a year ago, after Peter had lost his life and the police called me, naturally I cried and cried, but deep down, but they're at different times, a part of me felt like I had been released. The only rational explanation was that I was feeling pleased to be apart from Peter.
How did you find out about Peter's policy?
It was after Peter died and I moved in here. I was going through his stuff and came across the policy information documents. When I read the details, it all became clear and I froze. Peter had done exactly what Mike had done before him and taken out a policy in secret. Mr. Hyde, after Mike died 13 years ago, I was left to fend for myself. That is, until Peter started looking after me. We met after the insurance money from Mike's policy was paid out. But I was still unsettled. Did he really love me, or did he have another motive for marrying me? After all, I had just been awarded a very substantial amount of money. It was on my mind all the time, from the moment we moved in together until he died. After we got married, Peter began to use Mike's money to fund a business venture. At first it went well, but as time went on, things took a turn for the worst. We started arguing about the money a lot of time. Each time we had an argument, I felt myself drifting away from him one step at a time. If I'd known from the start that he had his eye on the money Mike left me, I would have distanced myself from him more. It would have been an easy decision. I would have realized that this was not the kind of person I needed in my life. The most ironic part of this whole story is, before I could discuss this with Peter, he was gone. The brakes failed while he was driving and his car plunged off a cliff. It was virtually identical to what befell my brother Mike. It had one thing in common. They both decided to take out secret insurance policies, and they both named me as the person to receive the money in the event of their deaths. That's why I'm being investigated for fraud. I've told them time and time again, I've done absolutely nothing wrong.
So you say. I still got one more thing I want to ask you, Marie. It's about the incident that happened in the hotel 13 years ago. Why did you pretend you didn't know about it when we spoke yesterday? Especially seeing as your own husband, Peter Rivet, was the one who discovered the body of the murdered individual.
Mr. Hyde! It's true, he was the person who discovered the body on the 4th floor. But he wasn't alone, Mike was there with him. They discovered the body together. I'm sorry I lied to you about this yesterday, Mr. Hyde. I just wasn't ready to talk about this subject.
So what happened?
After discovering the body, Mike wasn't the same. He began to act strangely. The next thing I knew, he had died in a car accident. I strongly believe that had he never made that discovery, he'd still be alive today. Mr. Hyde, now you know pretty much all there is to know about my past. Please don't make me go through it all again.
Marie.
Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I'm tougher than I look.
Why do I have the feeling I've heard that somewhere before? Right, it was after Dad died and we had moved to New York. My mom said exactly the same thing to me. Try not to spend too much time thinking about it. Remember, we've only got a few more days in this building. If you find you need to get anything off your chest, give me a call.
You'll listen to what I have to say?
Yeah, sure, if you need to talk to someone.
Mr. Hyde...
Marie, I know this is tough, but can I ask you one more thing? Did either Peter or Mike ever have a conversation with you that mentioned Scarlet Star?
Scarlet Star? Well, they mentioned the word star, I think.
I see.
If I recall correctly, it was while they were working. I distinctly remember that word being mentioned. My brother and husband used the word along with others working in the hotel.
Do you remember what kind of meaning it had?
It was sort of a secret code, linked to the closing down party.
What kind of party was it?
Sorry, but that's something I can't help you with. That's all I can remember.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, I've got to go.
Of course. Well, I guess we solved her mystery.
Marie's husband and brother both seem to be connected to the incident 13 years ago. Also, the word star that was used by the hotel staff then has some significance. Maybe that mysterious order sheet comes from someone connected to the hotel too.
I can't figure out who sent it yet, but I can't send back a response.
I reach into the envelope and take out the piece of paper inside.
Alright. What did I do now?
Shinmira, N_us, maybe the victim was an accomplice. Oh, whoops.
You balls that up. Fuck. Hold on, I need to stretch. I don't know why I'm so tired. Okay. I don't think it's time to go to the 4th floor yet. Right?
Are your eyes better?
Yeah, my eyes are better, but I'm just tired overall. What's up? Hi there, Mr. Hyde. How can I get you today? I'm good for the moment. Just give me a shout when you're ready. Still no breakfast. We still haven't been to the billiards room either. Any ideas on what to do next? Cause I'm kinda clueless. Alright, the roof is blocked off.
Let's look for the clues in the cafe and win the cash.
Ah, no. I'd rather not. So we got a letter in an envelope, but I don't really know what to do with those. Pear.
Let's do it. It
Why-
should be easy. What was the cafe's name? Lucky Cafe. I'm sure both words are there.
Fine.
And then what else did the cafe have? Jukebox.
So... where's the king?
I'm saying the long word is jukebox.
Seems to fit so far. See. Chuka? That doesn't seem to be a word.
ASSE and boob.
Terrible. Coffee? Coffer. God. Christmas tree is another thing I
think
thought
we had
might
a
be in
word
there.
wrong there.
Yeah, probably. So, it has a TV, it has mayonnaise and ketchup. Banks, jukebox, we got that.
Check the menu.
What? What? Oh, the fucking... Oh, that menu, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think cafe is in there. Tree would fit. That might be like... tree. Can't think of a word with jute, though.
I
don't know.
think cafe is from top ending with jukebox.
That might be another one. How about juice? Bees!
Beer.
Maybe it's just beef.
Oh yeah, that might be it. I'll leave the ice.
I see though. I see. Iced.
I mean, it doesn't really matter since we have the answer, which is juice, but I put something down at least, but I get the feeling it still needs some work. Maybe I should give it another try. Alright, so we got the fucking tree. There's the cafe. Stool is another 4-letter word. TV doesn't fit. I mean, it has paintings, but that's too long. Drawing is also too long. Art is too short.
Pincers says it's iced.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why the fuck he's complaining, cause, you know, this looks fine to me. If I get the chance, I'll show you this. I mean, the solution word doesn't fucking change whether you have icy or iced. Fuck off, dude. Oh, have you finished the crossword? Simple
You
puzzle
won't
like
get the
that.
cash if
Could
the
have done it in
letter
my
is
sleep.
wrong.
That's dumb. And Kyle is bragging again. Let me see. Yep, you got it. Not bad, Mr. Height. Oh, here you go. What's this? It's a slip with your
Gotta
entry number
follow
for the
them
prize
rules.
draw. No cash, just a prize draw? Fuck that. So now hands me the entry slip. This is your proof that you've entered, so take good care of it, okay? The prize draw is on December 23rd. Who knows, you might get lucky. got it. Let me ask you, Mr. Hyde, if you won $10,000, what would you spend it on?
I'll think about that if it ever happens.
I guess I should have expected an answer like that.
$1,000, huh?
My guess is Kyle Hyde would quit his job and then do nothing for a while. Crosswords have always struck me as fucking stupid because there's almost never an unambiguous solution. Anyway, we got that done, so what's next? Wow, look at the pixels.
For $1,000, he would have a new game.
I was saying. Can I call 911? The answer is probably not.
Let's put the penny in the envelope.
You're a bit late with that, bro. They go perfectly together. What are you talking about?
Delay, bro.
I know, bro. Kyle is gonna get dizzy, and then he's gonna pass out.
This isn't MGS3. I don't know. Can't brain right now. Gotta look at the poster. There's a poster on the wall of a guy playing the sax. The guy on the poster is playing the alto sax. This guy's my favorite musician. I really admire him. Kyle is into fucking jazz? Nice. Good taste, my man. Maybe I need a pen to write something. I don't know. Kyle
The
is the
fountain
perfect
pen.
man.
Can't go wrong with one of these. Much easier to write them with ballpoint. What are you talking about? That's not true. Fountain pens are pretty hard to use.
That's why nobody uses them anymore. As opposed to ballpoint. And why can't I pick it up? That's some garbage. Bet this one won't have pen that writes in an invisible ink. Okay. So that wasn't it. Can I use it on my door? Oh, in the mailbox. I see. Thought I had to leave it like in the room, so I thought I would have to wait until I can get up there. I see. Man, reading is hard. $404.
Ace Detective.
Yeah.
Reading Comprehension Puzzle.
The slots on the mailboxes have been sealed shut with tape. I need to put the response into this mailbox. Puzzle.
Those are the hardest.
I guess if I had torn the plastic, I would have game overed again or something. Right, that's that sorted. Now just sit it out and wait for a reply to arrive about the Scarlet Star and the reward. Reward. Oh, hey, it's magically 4 o'clock. After I reach my room, I slump onto the sofa and mull over the order sheet. Hotel Cape West closed down 13 years ago, and there was a party before the closure during which a time of murder took place. Murder! The staff at the hotel had a secret code, star, that they used. What connection can this all have to the order sheet? 4 o'clock already. Suppose I better get going. Wouldn't want to keep that one waiting. Also, weren't you supposed to be working again, Mr. Kyle? Mr. Kyle Hyde Man? Mr. Man Hyde? Time to get caught by the lady. Actually, I'm gonna save so I don't have to do all this shit again. Saving it up. Let's do crimes. Dylan.
Hello, Mr. Hyde. I've been waiting for you.
Well, I'm here now. Let's get this show on the road.
You're on your own, I'm afraid. I'm not going in. You'll have to go on your own.
I thought we'd agreed you'd show me around in there. That's what you said earlier.
No, I never said that. Maybe you weren't listening to me. I said that I'll let you in, not give you a guided tour.
So you'll let me in?
Yeah, I said I'll tell you how to get through the fire door.
Got it.
If you know how to get through the door without setting off the alarm, You'll never have to deal with Mrs. Patrice getting upset if you go in there.
Music to my ears.
First thing you need to do is disable the alarm. It's really simple. All you need to do is turn off the switches on the control panel.
Sounds simple enough, and I've used that panel before.
Right, I nearly forgot about that. Let's move on to the next part. You'll need to disable another panel before you can get the door open.
There's another one.
There's a lever in the box to the right of the door. If this is turned off, you'll be able to open the door. You follow?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Also, please bear in mind that the knob on the reverse of the door is broken. So make sure you don't get stuck in there because you won't be able to get back out.
Great.
There's a toolbox next to the door. If you look inside it, you'll find a door stop. Once you've got the door open, I recommend using that to prevent it from closing on you. That should be all you need to avoid getting trapped in there.
I'll make a point of remembering it.
I'll be in the hallway of the floor below, making sure that nobody tries to come up here.
Good plan.
Then, once 30 minutes have passed, I'll come and get you. I'll reset the lever and disable it afterwards. Yeah, you disable it afterwards and reactivate the alarm. One last thing, try not to make any noise while you're in there.
Get trapped there, isn't he?
It just draws attention. You wouldn't want Mrs. Patrice to come looking for you.
You got that right.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Alan makes his way towards the stairs and disappears out of sight.
Yeah, he's gonna get trapped in there.
This is a sneaking mission.
Sure is. Where was the lever? To the right or the left? I don't see a lever. I only see the alarm box. Let's take the door stop.
Right, so Dallin said you just need to pull the lever inside the box. Let's see here.
Remember, snake always snake when while remember snaking.
The thing's got a few screws missing. Huh? There's a screw in this corner. So you should be able to just fucking turn it, dude. Yeah, there you go. Whoa. The cover just came off. Ah, won't stay open. It doesn't need to.
Whee! Yeah, can I not get my screwdriver or something?
Don't you have a screwdriver?
Yeah, that's what I just fucking said.
Delay, bro.
I know, then stop giving me suggestions so quick. It was just weird that it wouldn't let me fucking pick the screwdriver from this screen. Oh, you fucking idiot. I knew that was gonna happen. Damn it. I can't believe I dropped the cover. Huh? Mr. Hyde, what are you playing at? Didn't I ask you not to make any loud noises?
Yeah, sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
If Mrs. Patrice comes up here to look around, we're gonna be in serious trouble.
Yeah, so you keep saying. And there she comes. And there he comes. And there she comes.
Wow. It's a party up here.
Get out of my hotel.
What? How did I know that Kyle was gonna be such a fucking dumbass that he would just drop the cover? Fucking Christ. Okay, at least it didn't set me back that much. Oh, God. Kyle, why? Can I like catch it or something? Or fasten this? Oh, okay. I see.
That should do it. Now the lever is turned off.
You know, Kyle, you have two hands. You could
Phew.
fucking just turn the cover and hold it fast, and then pull the lever with the other hand. But I guess that's too advanced for Kylie Heidi here.
It's funnier this way.
Sure is.
So this is the 4th floor. Seems what I heard was right. Still just like a hotel up here. Okay, time to have a look around. Time to put a fucking door stopper in there. What are you talking about, dude?
What? I have to click the door button, which usually makes me go through a door. Fucking Christ. Alright. I wonder if anything at all is going to be open. And chat bit the dust.
Oh, this one is unlocked. Man, can you imagine all the fucking dust that must be in this room? Just like a thick layer of 13-year-old dust lying around. There's a distinctly moist smell in here, so the hotel rooms have been left like this for all these years. What are these footsteps? Whose footsteps are these? Yes, it's discolored. Some large bundles of old newspapers are stacked up in the corner.
Are these?
Some parts look too damaged to read. They're really old newspapers. Some pieces of paper are scattered around on the desk. These are all sheets of Hotel Cape West's headed writing paper. What's this? Looks like an old card of some sort, but it's hard to tell because of the dust. You can just about make out a star symbol underneath the layer dust. It's also got Hotel Cape West written on it. What kind of card is this? Can't make out those letters clearly enough. There's so much dust. Can I not scrape it off? I'm afraid that if I knock the dust off too much, then he's gonna sneeze and then that's gonna be too loud. Oh, okay, never mind. For some reason the game got a lot quieter. And now it's back to loud. The writing on the previously dust-covered card reads, "We would like to thank you for your patronage of Hotel Cape West over the years, and in an attempt to show our gratitude, hereby invite you to attend the final party to mark the official closure. If you are able to afford the time, we look forward to your attendance. On December 10th, 1967, Hotel Cape West manager Michael McGrath." So it's a party invitation from 13 years ago. A party on the night of December 10th, 1967. That left Kathy, the wife of the manager, dead.
Mr. Hyde, we're almost out of time. You should come out soon.
Time's up already?
Just about. The longer you stay in there, the more likely we'll get caught by Mr. Patrice. You better come out right away.
Yeah, I got the message. It's too bad, but better might cut my losses for now.
Wow, we were in here literally for like 5 minutes.
So, how was the 4th floor? Did you find anything good in there?
Unfortunately not, just a load of rooms filled with dust.
Not exactly the results you were hoping for.
But tell him everything I did up there and his chat could go on for ages.
Before I forget, even though you know how to get into the 4th floor now, try not to go up there when there are people around. You don't want to get found out by the other tenants, especially Mrs. Patrice.
Makes sense.
Okay, I gotta go now.
He's got a point. Last thing I need is people prying into my business. Think I'll hold back for a bit before making a return trip.
Okay. You damn fool!
Can hear some raised voices coming from further down the hallway. What's going on here? Looks like Tony and Frank are having a bit of a disagreement about something.
Oh boy!
Time to meddle again.
You're wasting your breath. I know exactly what you did. I'm telling you, man, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just admit it, you half-wit. Admit what? How many times do I have to say it? I have no idea what you mean.
Hey. Tony, you want to explain what's going on here?
Hyde. It's nothing, just a bit of a communication problem. Is that how you'd explain it? The old fools accuse me of being a thief. Didn't this happen already? You're a shifty looking guy, that's why I'm asking you about the theft. Just own up to what you did and we can put this matter behind us. How can I own up to something I didn't do? You better stop throwing these accusations around real quick. I don't care how old you are, I'll take this to the next level.
Tony, maybe you should calm down a little. If you start throwing your fists around, you're gonna regret it later.
When he gets agitated, he soon resorts to his fists. He's simply that kind of person. Morning, you Gramps. See what I mean?
Mr. Raver, I'm not trying to interfere, but you might want to take this discussion elsewhere. Shouting at each other out in the corridor is just gonna annoy the others.
A good suggestion, Mr. Hyde. Tony, this is not over. We will continue this later.
Frank utters his farewell and leaves.
Senile old fool.
Tony, mind telling me what the hell that was all about?
Same old crap.
Why is he accusing you? You sure you didn't do anything to set him off?
Haven't done anything. He's got his facts wrong. Not really surprising at this age.
Have you got any idea why he's on the warpath?
It's his tape recorder. The one he always carries around with him during his strolls.
Can't say I've noticed. What's it like?
One of those small ones, the kind that fits in your hand. When he's on his walkabouts, he always has it in his hand. He seems to spend a lot of time walking around muttering stuff into that thing. Everyone in the building's seen him doing it. Anyway, he started grilling me because the thing's gone missing.
Why did he assume you had anything to do with it?
I don't know. We only bumped into each other by accident. It's all it took to set him off, the old crank.
Where did you run into each other?
It was in the lobby just after he'd come up from the basement.
When was it?
Not sure. Is it important?
It'd be better if you could tell me.
I'm pretty sure it was just after 4. Can't believe I'm being put through this again. Why do people always figure I'm to blame?
Tony, so you're absolutely positive you had nothing to do with the tape recorder going missing?
I'll tell you, man, I'm clean. Look, I gotta get out of here for a bit. Get some fresh air. Later, Hyde.
What's got Frank so worked up? There's something fishy about this. Almost like he's hiding something.
Oh boy, let's go check the basement. I'm sorry, I'm so tired.
We've been down here before, haven't we? Yeah. It wasn't anything of interest back then. Don't see anything either. Okay, that was a bust. Guess I have to go talk to him.
Where does he live? Oh yeah, I forgot about those characters. 302. I guess that's not what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. And I'm too tired to think. So I think we're gonna save and call it a night. A bit earlier than usual, but yeah, I'm fucking beat. Sorry. But we've done a good hour of Kyle Hyde, so yeah, I think that's fair.
Thank you for streaming.
Yeah, my pleasure. Wish I wasn't so tired. Alright. Good night.